What's up, guys? How are you doing? Welcome back to Football Digest KE. This is the last 7-day series. This is day 7. The last day. Of course, the last day because deadline day was happening yesterday. So we have to tell you guys what exactly happened yesterday. And boy, was it dramatic, man. You got to love deadline days. This was the craziest transfer window of all time. And you bet your ass the deadline day was as crazy as the window has been. All right, so deadline day happened. We had, of course, a long 24 hours yesterday. The window shut down at 1 a.m. That is today, 1 a.m. And yes, we had some surprises in the offing for the deadline day of the transfer window. So this has been the craziest transfer window. Believe me, I don't think I've ever seen a more crazy transfer window than this one. Maybe the other one was close when Neymar went to PSG for some crazy amount of money and then they signed Mbappe also. I think in the same window. That was crazy. But this one was different, man. We had Messi leaving Barcelona. I mean, I have grown up watching Messi at Barcelona. I've never known Messi playing for any other club. I've known him playing for Barcelona, wearing, of course, the colors that they don. And then to see him leave after so many years when people have been talking about Messi want to see you in another league, and then he eventually did and went to PSG, that was crazy. It's even more crazy because they got him on a free transfer. They didn't pay any transfer fee. They're only paying the wages. Of course, the wages are hefty. That's true. But still, bagging him on a free. Yeah. That was insane. Same transfer window. Cristiano Ronaldo went back to where it all began. Well, not Sporting Lisbon, but Manchester United. I tell you, man, this one is giving me jitters to date. Up to now, because when I remember Cristiano at Manchester United, it was not very good memories. So I don't know if it's going to be the same, but there's a whole different Ronaldo. This is not the Ronaldo that was there 15 years ago. It's a whole different ball game. He's old now. He's definitely in the twilight of his career, but he's still banging in goals. Well, that's for sure. And he's going to be banging them a good one, I'm sure, for Manchester United. So, yeah, maybe not as many as he used to bang back then, but still, he'll be scoring some goals. So, interesting to see him, playing again in the Premier League. Also, another move that has happened that is major, like crazy. Troy Deeney has left Watford. So deadline day, yeah, we had some surprises happening. I think for me, the biggest one had to be Antoinne Griezmann going back to Atletico Madrid. Can you believe this? He actually went back to Atletico Madrid. Now, we know Barcelona are having a lot of cash issues, right? I understand likes of Sergio Busquets and, there's another guy had to take a pay cut so that they can register Sergio Aguero. It's crazy like that. They're financially. So Antoine Griezmann was one of the guys, I think was the highest paid player after Messi, earning 800,000 a week. So that was insane. So they have left him go back to Atletico Madrid on loan, season-long loan, and with an obligation to buy. Not an option to buy, with an obligation to buy. So I'm thinking, Atletico wanna check obligation to buy. Antoine Griezmann, no problem. No problem. Now I'm thinking now, an attacking force of Antoine Griezmann, Luis Suarez, and you have Felix. It's like, I feel like Barcelona have just given Atletico Madrid the La Liga title again because they won it last year. So I don't know, man, that was interesting. Going the other way to Barcelona was one Luke de Jong. Luke de Jong plays for, or used to play for Sevilla. He has gone there on a season-long loan with an option to buy. Not obligation, option to buy. Of course, he's Dutch. And we all know who's the coach of Barcelona. He's Dutch, Ronald Koeman. He has worked with him before, so maybe he knows what he's getting himself into. Another shocking transfer that has happened over this transfer window is the signing of Nagelsmann, Dayot Upamecano, and Sabitzer, all from RB Leipzig, and all have gone to FC Bayern Munich. Now, Bayern have signed Nagelsmann, who was the previous coach of RB Leipzig, Dayot Upamecano, who was a defender, central defender, centre-back at RB Leipzig, and Sabitzer, one of the attacking midfielders, one of their best attacking midfielders, all in one window. One window, as in, it's only in Bundesliga that can happen. Man, I'm imagining like, it's like Chelsea, it's like Manchester City or something coming to Arsenal. Let's not use Arsenal because it's not the best example. It's like Manchester City going to Leicester and getting Vestergaard, first getting the coach, Brendan Rodgers, then getting the best defender, who's who? Suyonku, and then getting one of the attacking midfielders, who's Madison. Yote in one window. Now that is insane. That would never happen in the Premier League. But, well, this is Barcelona. No, this is Bundesliga. It's only there that this can happen. On the other hand, RB Leipzig have signed Moriba from Barcelona, I think on a 15 million deal from Barcelona. Of course, highly rated young midfielder. And on the other hand, they have let go Ademola Lookman. He has gone to Leicester City. He has previously also played for Everton. Now, Arsenal, the team that I support, we did some transfer yesterday. We shipped out Hector Bellerin to Real Betis on a season-long loan with actually with no option to buy. Yeah, so he might be coming back to us next summer. Something we'll have to give over there. So he's gone. We were not able to ship out any other person. Kolasinac is still here. El Neni is still here. Edin Nketiah alikataliwa. You know, it's actually weird. Edin Nketiah's move to Crystal Palace fell through because he could not agree terms with the club. He could not agree terms with Crystal Palace. But Crystal Palace could agree terms with Edouard. So I'm like, kwani Nketiah alikuwa nauliza for what at Crystal Palace that Edouard is asking less. And Edouard is a more established striker than Nketiah. Crazy, right? So Crystal Palace signed Edouard. Arsenal is stuck with Nketiah. We brought in Takehiro Tomiyasu. Yes, a right back come a central defender from Bologna. Now, this one has got Arsenal fans and, of course, rival fans talking. They're calling him the Japanese Callum Chambers. I would like to call him the Japanese Cafu. But he's good. I feel like he's offering something that we don't have. First of all, we needed a cover for our right back. Now we have that because he can play as a right-sided centre back in the back three, or just a fully fledged right back in a back four, or even a wing back. And he's 6'2". Yes, 6'2" of a right back. I feel like that and he's quite fast, by the way, because guys are talking smack about Tomiyasu. He's quite fast. So I feel like for me, he's gonna bring something different that we don't have. I'm excited about the signing. I honestly can't wait to see him in action. I think he's gonna offer us something different, like aerial threat. We also we had a lot of aerial problems when you're playing against Brentford. Yeah, so I think at 6'2", we have Gabriel who's 6'2". I think Benoit was 6 foot, I'm 6'1". He's not tall enough, right? So I think we're gonna be adding some aerial presence moving on forward. I like that. However, I feel like this window for me is a bit underwhelming. Well, we did sign. I mean, Arsenal is the biggest spender in this transfer window across Europe. As in, you can never make this shit up, man. As in, that's why I tell you, this transfer window was just a crazy one. Arsenal spent the most amount of money in the transfer window. Can you believe that? First of all, for starters, that's, ni confused kwanza as an Arsenal fan. I don't recall us being in such a situation. But I like the spending that we have done. We've brought in Tavares. He's a cover for our left back. He had a lot of problems there. You've brought in Tomiyasu, a good right back. Bellerin is gone. That's good. We brought in Ben White, 50M. So many people have issues with him. I think he'll come through, honestly. We've brought in Ramsdale, who's going to be a competition for Bernd Leno. Don't give me this crap of being relegated with the two teams. It's not like he was the only one who was playing. It was a team effort, and he was not the weakest one. We have brought in Odegaard, who I think is going to come through for Arsenal without a shadow of a doubt. And then Sambi Lokonga, who has been good. I think for me so far, we've only seen Sambi Lokonga giving us some value of money. Yet, we've not seen much from Tavares. Odegaard has only played one game. Ben White, one game. Yeah, so there's so much to go on. For me, I would rate our transfer window. I would give it 6.5 out of 10. I'm not particularly satisfied, totally satisfied. I feel like we should have brought in maybe another central midfielder because Xhaka, nah. Now, the whole good thing about this one is we have spent. Arsenal has always had an issue with spending. Now, we've spent. Arteta has gotten his players. Now, it's up to him to deliver. Anything less than a delivery, he's going home. Akanyanga kubwa kubwa. Now, of course, delivering for us as Arsenal is getting us back to Europe. Now, for me, I would prefer a top 4 position finish because you're not playing in Europe. So, if you can't afford to get that after spending the most in Europe, please. Akanyanga kubwa kubwa kiendanga. So, that's cool for me. Another team that has spent wisely this transfer window in the Premier League is West Ham. I feel like West Ham have done a very good transfer. They brought in Kat Zuma for £30 million. They brought in Kral, who's a defensive midfielder. Now they have Kral, Souček, and Declan Rice. Declan Rice did not go to Manchester United. There are rumors that Man United might be making a move for him. Did not happen. They have brought in Vlasic, a very good attacking midfielder who plays for Croatia. So very good signings for West Ham all around. Also another move that has happened that is major, like crazy. Now Troy Deeney has left Watford. And yeah, and you're looking at that West Ham side and you're thinking, these guys, the way they did last season, then they have these other reinforcements. How watasumbua. West Ham watasumbua. They've also brought in Kral, like I said, he's a defensive midfielder, and that is good. Kral is Czech. So they have Kral, Sufal, and Souček, all who are national teammates. So that's cool. Chelsea have brought in Saul Niguez from Atletico Madrid for 5 million loan fee with an option of buying him for 40 million next summer. So that's good business for Chelsea. But they feel a bit stifled for not getting Jules Koundé. They were seriously pushing for that move. It did not materialize. All right. And I was checking the net transfer spend, or the net spend this transfer window. And Chelsea have a net spend of £3 million. 3. Mazi Chelsea wameuza bana. Chelsea have sold, I think I saw it in dollars. They have made 181 million worth of sales. $181 million worth of sales. They've already brought in Lukaku. So, and brought him for £97 million. Still a big purchase. But when you look at their net, man, yo, that's good business right there. Good business. So Chelsea, I would say the transfer window, I would give it a solid 8.5 because they badly wanted Koundé. They did not get him. So yeah, maybe 8.5. That would be fair. Manchester United brought in Cristiano Ronaldo, which actually they officially announced him yesterday. And we saw him in the Manchester United kits. Man United, of course, have done some good business. They have brought in Varane. They have brought in Sancho. They have brought in Ronaldo. Diogo Dalot has stayed. Cavani is also staying. People, I think, you'll be believing now that Ronaldo is here. We're just waiting to see atava number what now. Because Ronaldo tunajuanga ni number 7. Atava number 7 like he used to, ama atanyanganya Cavani your number, what's going to happen there. So we are waiting to see what's going to happen there. Manchester United, I would give them a solid 8 out of 10 because they're still in that CDM and they did not get one. So Daniel James left Manchester United, went to Leeds for £25 million. In case you didn't know, by the way, Daniel James, at some point in time when he was going to Manchester United, he wanted to go to Leeds United. They were actually so close to signing him. He had even taken pictures, just signing paperwork, and then the deal just fell through, man. It didn't happen. So he went back to Swansea, and I think the next season is when he came to Manchester United, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so eventually, destiny has still arrived. All right, so that's what's up. See, Nuno Mendes has signed for PSG on a season-long loan. Hasimo Oa has stayed at Lyon. There were reports linking with a move to Real Madrid yesterday. It did not materialize. He's now staying at Lyon. No one went for him. Arsenal did not go for him. Neither did Real Madrid. Real Madrid, by the way, they had an £189 million bid for Mbappe rejected by PSG. I mean, who rejects £189 million? I can't believe it. And now they're going to be losing him for free next summer. As in, for PSG to be in such a situation where they feel like, you know what, we can give up £189 million. We can give it up. We would rather lose him for free than get £189 million. That is crazy. It's gargantuan, for lack of a better word. So that has happened. I don't think I've left out anything else. So this transfer window, one of the things that I've said has been crazy because, of course, Ronaldo going to Manchester United. PSG getting Messi, Griezmann going back to Atletico Madrid. But there's also another move that has happened that is major, like crazy. Now, Troy Deeney has left Watford. As in, for me, ukijua Watford, I think when you say Watford, the next name that comes to mind is Troy Deeney. Or when you say Troy Deeney, the next name that comes to mind is Watford. Now he's left. And Troy Deeney has been part and parcel of everything that Watford has gone through. They have been promoted. They have won playoffs. They have gone to the Premier League. They have beaten Liverpool, broken their unbeaten record, gotten relegated again, gotten back to the Premier League. As in, he's seen it all. He's a legend for Watford, no doubt. I mean, he's been involved in one of the maddest moments of football. This moment was one of the maddest moments in football. I think for me, this moment is rivaled only by the Kun Aguero goal against QPR in the 11-12 season. Those are the two maddest moments in football. I would give the QPR Aguero one as the top one, and then I would give Watford Troy Deeney moment as the second because it's just insane. Now he's left Watford. He's gone to, I think, Birmingham, if I'm not wrong. So that's another major thing that has happened in the transfer window. So how would you rate your team's transfers this summer? For me, Arsenal, I said it's a solid 6 or 6.5. Can't get to 7 because there are some guys who are supposed to leave, they didn't leave. So not good for me in that aspect. But I like the fact that we have purchased. I like the fact that we have backed the manager. Now it's up to him to deliver. He has absolutely no other option than to deliver. So let's wait up and see what's going to happen. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out our Facebook, Instagram pages at Football Day JSKE. Have a fantastic Wednesday.